And then, because there is some scaling differential, we made a larger copy, which you see is off center. So we had to manually go in and center that back up to where everything looked like it was centered up where it belonged. And then come in and radius. So now you have this center section that is the scan hub that we had. And then you had this outer scaled up version of the hub. Well, the problem is if we do it just that way, you're going to end up with two parts that won't go inside each other because there's just going to be mechanical irregularities in the 3D printing that we're going to use, and it can't be an exact fit on that paper. So what we did was scaled up this inner hub 4%. And I think we did another move to get everything centered back where it belonged. We did a sketch here and then extended out that tapered cylinder of the hub. I must say I initially tried it without doing this, and it left me with a face over the entire bottom plane of the design, and it was going to 3D print a block instead of a hollow cap. So we made that into a component. We came in and we subtracted by using the combine command. We made our target body the scaled up version. We turned off, and we made the tool body the normal size. So what it should do, and we put, instead of join, we put cut. So what it'll do is it'll cut that shape out of that hub that we made and scaled up. And we're going to tell it to keep the tools and make a new component out of it. So we did that. So now we have if we turn off, even with that hub extended through it, for some reason, Fusion wanted to make a face there, and every time I would extend it to 3D print it, it would cover that up. So I just went in and did a shell. So actually I didn't. I went into surface modeling and went and selected that surface and deleted that surface. And that got me to where we are. Let's see. We went here now. And I must say, that got us to our third step. So I'll show you the steps that we ended up with 3D printing here in just a moment. So I needed to design a handle. So the rest of it was pretty simple modeling. I drew an arc, I drew a couple of ellipses, and I made the handle, and it came out off of that. And so that's basically the net shape that we're going to produce. And then it will slip over the existing hub that we looked at in the scan photos. So we'll stop here and go take a look at the 3D printer and look at the models that were printed up.
So this is the first model. This is the model of the net shape after we edited it and transformed it into solids from the scanned in data from Photo Recap through a quad OBJ, and then basically essentially almost traced over to come up with the object. I will say the one thing I neglected to say is that I did go in to get the correct scale. When I drew that circle on the bottom, I made that circle 3.5 inches, which is what the object actually measures, and I scaled it down to where everything fits. So that should be pretty much exactly what is out there on that breaker right now, except the end boss is cleaned up and doesn't have all the jagged edges showing on it. The next item printed is the scaled up, oversized version that fits over the hub. Let's call it a cap. And you can see it's the same except bigger. I did add some fillets for strength in this position and in this position. Just add a little more bulk material there to give it a little bit more strength. Otherwise, it's just resized the same as this one, and we'll see this now drops right down over it. Whoop. And it's a pretty decent fit. So what we expect then is to be able to add the third print, which is the handle. The printer wasn't big enough to print the hub and the handle, so we do them separate and then I'll join them. So what we expect to be able to do is to join the handle onto the hub, join the handle over the hub, and set it in place over the top. We'll come in through the top here and here with 2 fasteners and screw it to the existing broken hub on site. So the next step is we have to make some forms from these 3D printed objects, which will cast in epoxy and steel reinforce. There's some cleanup has to be done. On the top of the print's a little rough, so that has to be sanded out and smoothed. Where these 2 parts come together, I want to come in with some modeling clay and I'll fillet that up from here up to that point up there to kind of get the jagged point off of it and to get a little bit more mass in this junction right here. So we'll get that done and we'll be back.